About things around the verbal violence or verbal conflict. When we're talking about verbal things like threats, things like abuse, verbal expressions, from between people or from one person to the other. So verbal expressions constitutes toxicity, because if there are negative words spoken, if there's abusive words spoken, that's a constitution of verbal abuse. There's physical violence, because when you push people, when you shove people around, and someone who maybe is stronger, physically harasses someone who's younger, it can constitute toxicity, because it affects the well-being of the person coming to work. You can think about psychological manipulation. So when somebody's behavior kind of is imposed somehow, without words, without physical, your behavior, the way you look at someone, treat the person, actions basically around the person, can constitute toxicity when it's like manipulative or it's overbearing psychologically on the person. Then you have things like harassment, sexual harassment especially.
I was about asking that question.
Yes, that's part of toxicity. Different things that affect the well-being, different things that make people feel uncomfortable in the workplace. All this, constitutes toxicity. It could also involve bullying. That's one thing. When somebody takes their power, uses their power against others, and bullies them into doing things that. So bullying is also a very big part of toxicity, and it usually happens when there's imbalance of power.